Welcome to this edition of PowerPoint Training. My name is Keith Stearns, and today we're going to be showing you how to use some advanced pictures techniques. And what we'll do is we'll insert some pictures. We'll show you how to take a picture and remove the background from it. We'll actually show you how to use some artistic effects on pictures and to crop and add a border or a bevel to pictures. So what I have here is I just have a very simple presentation on dealing with the fear of public speaking, just 4 slides. And I'm going to show you, first of all, how to take a picture and go ahead and remove the background from it. So I've already got some pictures set up here. Insert tab to picture, and I'll select the picture that I want, which would be this young man. It looks actually fairly terrified at this point, so I'm going to move the picture over, and what I want to do is I want to remove this background right here. So I just want to get the picture of the young boy without some of these areas here. Now when you have a picture or photo selected, the Picture Tools tab displays, and what I want to do here is go to Remove Background. I can click that one time, and PowerPoint actually makes its best guess as to what you want to keep, and that's within this rectangular box here. And I actually want to keep more than that, so I'm going to move this up and go ahead, and I pretty much want to keep the whole area except for those background areas that I pointed out earlier. So what I'm going to do is, once I have this set, I can click this Mark Areas to Keep button. And then I can start marking on that. Anything in purple, PowerPoint is saying I'm going to get rid of that. So I need to tell it, no, I don't want you to get rid of that. And I don't want you to get rid of this here. Okay. And I just keep marking the areas that I want to tell it to keep. I want this microphone, definitely. And it looks like a couple of other areas here. Now it looks like the head is not, the hair up here and there, I would grab that. So that looks pretty good. Oh, we got a little purple right here. Now I can obviously hit the undo button, or if I choose something like here that I don't want, a couple things I can do. One is I can click delete mark, and I can just delete that mark, or I can actually click mark areas to remove, and then I can remove an area. But that looks pretty good. If I click keep changes, oops, looks like I've got an area here that didn't come through. So I'm going to go ahead and hit undo and mark areas keep. And it looks better. And I've got a couple areas here I want to get rid of. So I'm going to get rid of that. There, that looks much better. So then what I do is just click off of the picture, and you can see I can move it over a little bit, and it looks like I've got one other area there that I need to get rid of. There we go. So now I've got this photo pretty much the way I want it. The next thing I'm going to do is show you how to put a photo in here and actually use it as more of a, maybe a sidebar or something else, where we're not going to remove the background, but let me just show you how to do that. I'll click down here on this next slide, And I have another picture I want to insert. Like this. It talks about kind of the fear of heights. So I'll click that picture, insert it. Now I could, remove the background, but I really don't want to do this. This picture works well because it's kind of long and tall, and so I'm going to actually make it as wide as the entire slide. Then I'm going to move over here. Now what I want to do is I just want to position this man so it's right close to this here, to the edge. And I'm going to crop this picture. So I've got the Picture Tools tab available, and I'm going to go ahead and click the Crop tool right here. When I do that, watch what happens to the picture. Now you have to be careful that you do select the crop selection handles when you see. If I click right now, it'll just resize. I've got the arrows, but if I've got that little crop selection tool, I can move this over, and I'll go there. The nice thing is it does show you where the picture started, or you still the whole picture. Now that looks pretty good, so I can click off of there, and I just want to make sure I've got it on the edge. Now what I can do with this is I can just change the text box. And there we go. And then I've taken a picture. When I put it in presentation mode, you'll see that it looks pretty good. So that's a way to use pictures as a sidebar. You can do that on either side. Now finally what I want to do is show you some artistic effects, and I'm just going to go ahead and create a new slide. This one's going to be blank, and I'm going to take a picture and insert it. Let's say we're talking about a fear, common fears that people have. I could say bears, or this is a man on a cliff. But in this case, I'm going to say zombies. All right? I'm sure we all have a fear of zombies. I'm going to make this so that it fills the entire slide. And this is a little, I want this to look more like a sketch. And there's different tools you can use here, but this artistic effects tool is an interesting one where I can actually select one of these effects and it changes the picture. Now that looks awful, but if I get up here, it looks more like a sketch, or a photo, not a photograph, but a drawing, and that's really what I want to go for with this effect. And so I would select that, and you can see that's what it looks like. Now finally, I want to show you how to go ahead and do some effects to pictures you've already created. So I'm going to go back to this first slide, and when I look at this, I could do some different effects, make this look a little bit better, maybe take up a little more of the screen. And you do have different picture styles shown up here. Some borders. I like this border for a number of things. But I also like this reflection. And if I click that, then that picture reflects. Now if you click the down arrow here in the picture styles, it'll show you a whole range of effects here that you can choose. Alright, now finally, for my last thing I want to show you is I'm going to put another picture in here and give you some rules on dealing with fear. Here's rule number 17, be a hero. And I want to kind of make this look like maybe a poster. And to do that, I can select this effect, or I can also bevel under picture effects here. I like to bevel things at times, which makes it, give it kind of a border, or kind of, you can see a little border around this. But for this one, I think I'll just go ahead and make it look like a poster. I'm clicking that, and then you can see what that looks like. So I hope you've enjoyed learning some of these things with pictures. We've talked about how to take a background off of a picture, how to use a picture as a part of the slide, and we've also showed you how to use our artistic effects and how to add a border and bevel to a picture. So thank you again for tuning in to this session of PowerPoint training. This is Keith Stearns. We'll see you next time.